3 minutes left. A person who is in heaven and who you love very much asks you to open this urgently. Please don't skip. Hey love, don't be afraid right now, but I really need you to listen. The next few minutes are more important than you realize. Breathe. Slow down. Feel that tightness in your chest? That's not just stress. That's your soul reacting. Someone from heaven is trying to reach you. Someone you miss. Someone who once held your hand in a way no one else ever could. They just said your name in heaven. And Archangel Michael heard them. He's right here with you now. You can't see him, but your spirit can feel that something is different. He brought this message to you because you were meant to get it right now. This isn't random. This is the divine moment you've been unknowingly waiting for. There's a countdown happening that you can't see, and there's less than 3 minutes left to stop something that's been stealing your blessings. Please keep reading. Don't look away. Right now, your name is shining bright in the heavens. A real person, someone who crossed over and never stopped loving you, is watching you and sending this message through a whisper of spirit. Please open your heart to this. And here's the amazing part. You're seconds away from something big. If you ignore this moment, the angels will still love you so much, they're willing to interrupt your life just to give you one more chance. Archangel Michael is standing near your soul, saying, "Stay. Stay with this moment. Something you thought was lost, gone, or buried is about to return in a powerful way." This isn't just a nice thought. This is spiritual law. When someone in heaven says your name with love, the entire spiritual realm responds. That's why this message reached you. Because now is your time. Please really take this next part into your heart. It's sacred. Your tears didn't go unseen. That night that you broke down and cried, asking heaven if anyone was listening, that cry shook a world you couldn't see. And the person you're thinking about right now, they heard you. They've been trying to reach you, but life has been loud, stressful, and overwhelming. So much has blocked your soul from feeling the messages they've been trying to send. Archangel Michael was sent to help clear that blockage. That's why you're feeling this now. Your name has been spoken in the highest realms, and heaven has made a decision in favor of restoring your hope. But you need to let this message sink in, or the shift won't fully activate. Keep reading. You're still inside this holy 3-minute window. Every second still matters. There's a wave forming around you, made of prayers, old memories, and divine protection. Inside that wave is a deep truth. You were never forgotten. You've been waiting for something to change, not just in your life, but deep inside your soul. Heaven has waited for this exact time, this moment, so you could hear what they've been trying to tell you for a long while now. You're not cursed. You're not late. You're not invisible. That person in heaven, the one you still love so deeply, they cried for your breakthrough just last night. Their tears turned into light, and Archangel Michael used that light to deliver this message to you. Please stay here with this message. Something inside you is shifting right now. Before we continue, there's something I need you to hear, something I don't want you to miss. They've seen what you've been struggling with. They know you've been walking around with a smile while hiding pain no one sees. They've felt your loneliness even when you've been surrounded by people. They know you've been misunderstood, pushed aside, and doubted. And that person in heaven wants to reach through time and remind you, you are still worthy, you are still chosen, you are still meant for something amazing. Right now, in this moment, something miraculous is being drawn to you, but only if you keep reading, only if you stay here in this space. If this message feels like it's speaking straight into your soul, then listen closely. Heaven doesn't beg, but today, the divine is leaning in close. Please don't skip the rest. Your angels and guides are urging you to keep going. This isn't just a random message, it's a lifeline. Don't disappear again. You're being sought after in the spirit. Let's get back to what's happening now. Your life path is moving under your feet. The things you thought were stuck are already shaking loose. Your name is being brought up in divine meetings, yes, real ones. These are holy conversations happening in the light realms, where Archangel Michael is standing with his sword of truth saying, "This soul has gone through enough." Do you feel that tightness in your chest softening? That's the weight being lifted. Don't push it away, let it happen. Someone in heaven asked for your breakthrough to come this week. And now heaven is answering that request. But it needs your yes. Don't block it with fear. Don't silence your hope. Say yes in your heart. Say yes to what's trying to reach you. Maybe you've believed that your best days are behind you. But that's not true. That's a lie meant to make you give up. The truth is, your soul's agreement is being updated right now. And guess what's being written into it? Restoration, healing, a fresh start. And it's being signed by the angel who walked with that person you miss so much. They didn't leave you without support. They asked heaven to send you help. Every missed chance, every lost opportunity is being rewritten. Every closed door is about to open in a way that surprises even your deepest fears. Don't try to figure it all out with logic. Your mind can't fully understand the kind of favor that's starting to surround your life. Just let your soul feel what's happening. You're not imagining things. You're not losing your mind for feeling like something big is near. Those signs, strange dreams, and sudden memories of someone you thought you had finished grieving, those aren't random. That's not just your brain remembering. It's heaven talking to you. They've been getting your spirit ready for this moment right now. Archangel Michael has a holy instruction for you. Don't ignore this message. If you stop now, you could step into the next few days without knowing what just tried to rescue your heart. You've come through too much to miss this now. Maybe you've believed that the best parts of your life already passed, but that was never true. That was just a lie whispered to keep you drained. The real truth is, your soul agreement is being updated right now. Something new is being added: restoration, healing, and recovery. And guess who's signing this spiritual contract? The same angel who walked closely beside that person you lost. They didn't leave you empty. They asked heaven to send you help. And now, every chance you thought you lost is being reshaped. Every door that shut too soon is about to open in ways that will quiet every doubt and fear you've been carrying. Don't try to explain it all with your thoughts. What's happening now goes beyond understanding. Let your soul feel it instead. You're not wrong for noticing strange things lately. The signs, the dreams, the sudden waves of emotion tied to someone you thought you had moved on from. Those are real. That's not just emotion. That's heaven preparing you. That person in the spirit world was helping you get ready for this very moment. Archangel Michael is saying again, please don't scroll past this. If you do, you might not realize that heaven just tried to reroute your life for your good. You've traveled too far and fought too much to give up now. Good. You stayed. That means something huge has already started to change. Not just around you, but inside you, spiritually, emotionally, and even physically. That choice you made to keep reading wasn't only from you. Something greater moved you forward. That's the quiet push of the soul you love who passed on but never left you. They've been speaking softly to heaven about you, and God listened. Archangel Michael answered. And now you're standing in the middle of something sacred. You didn't need to schedule this moment. It was already waiting for you. The energy around you is full and strong. Heaven is surrounding you now with a deep sense of love, urgency, and healing. You can't afford to go back to that numb, empty space you've been surviving in. This is a spiritual wake-up, one that's been long overdue. Please hear this next part clearly. Your story isn't done. That pain you went through, it didn't destroy you. It changed you. You weren't being punished, you were being prepared. Some people had to leave your life, not to hurt you, but to keep you safe from harm you couldn't see coming. Someone in heaven saw what was ahead and wept. They cried because they saw how close you came to breaking completely. But they also smiled because they saw this exact moment when the light would return to you, when Archangel Michael would reach for your spirit and gently say, "Rise." And that's what this message is doing. It's lifting your soul out of silence and back into God's purpose. You are not invisible. You are chosen. Your name is being spoken in the light. Can you feel it? That stirring in your heart? That heaviness mixed with hope? That feeling that makes your chest ache and your eyes water? That's not weakness. That's spiritual activation. That's heaven speaking in a language of emotion and energy. Right now, the energy of heaven is tuned directly to your spirit. They picked this very moment to unwrap something sacred, something you forgot you had prayed for, a dream you buried, a promise you whispered in the night when no one was watching. God didn't forget, and that person in heaven, they never stopped believing it could happen for you. They loved you deeply in life, and even more now in spirit. You need to hear this next part like your breath depends on it. What's ahead of you won't look like your past. The old pain, the constant losses, the cycles of heartbreak, they no longer define you. Heaven has stepped in to interrupt those old patterns. God has rewritten the pages of your life with brand new words. Where you thought things ended, God wrote, "This isn't the end." Right now, Archangel Michael is ripping up every agreement you made with fear. He's cutting through the shame that kept you small. He's ordering every force that's been blocking your life to release you. You are no longer under spiritual attack. You are now on divine assignment. The reason you've felt so out of place lately isn't because you're broken. It's because your spirit has outgrown the old wounds. You're stepping out of a season that no longer fits. Your angels have been closer than ever, not because something bad is coming, but because something beautiful is about to be born. And like all birth, it comes with pressure, with emotional pain, with that strange feeling like something inside you is falling apart. But it's not. What's really breaking is everything that was never meant to stay with you. You're not falling apart. You're being put back together in a stronger way. And the spirit of the person you lost, they're standing beside you during this rebuilding. They're praying, supporting, guiding. You haven't been alone. There's a door you never noticed before. A door made not of wood or glass, but of spiritual energy. Blessings passed down from those before you, and perfect timing from above. That door is beginning to open now. Archangel Michael has been standing in front of it, waiting for the moment you'd be strong enough to walk through. And this message, yes, this one, is your key. That deep sorrow you used to carry in the mornings is being replaced with peace that can't be explained. The weight you felt in your chest is starting to lift because heaven is sending strength back into your body. You may not see all of it just yet, but something sacred has already been released into your life. You are about to enter a future that gives love back to you. Now take another breath. Do you feel how even the air feels different? That's not your imagination, that's presence, that's spirit, that's your loved one standing in light, smiling because you're finally hearing the message they've waited so long to share with your soul. You don't have to pretend anymore. You don't have to act like you're okay when you're not. The healing has already begun. God is moving behind the scenes. And Archangel Michael is standing guard over you, not to fight you, but to fight for you. He's present. You are protected. You are not alone, and these next few days will show you that in ways you couldn't even expect. Your soul is still alive. It's still listening, and now it's surrounded by a level of light and love that few people ever get to experience. That's rare. That's holy. That's proof that heaven didn't just choose you once, they are choosing you again, right now. And every second you remain open to this message is another second you're saying yes to the beautiful plan that's been trying to break through all the pain you've carried. Don't underestimate what's happening. You think you're just reading, but right now your spirit is having a deep conversation with the light of heaven. The voice of the person you love who's in heaven is calling your name, and Archangel Michael is repeating it now. Every word you're reading is like a gentle arrow sent straight to the walls around your heart, and those walls are slowly coming down, softly, lovingly, and exactly when they're supposed to. So take another breath. Feel the way the air feels new? That's not just in your head. That's something real. That's presence. That's spirit. That's your loved one, standing in the light of heaven, smiling because your soul is finally hearing the message they've been trying to send. You don't have to pretend everything is okay anymore. The healing has already started. God is at work. And Archangel Michael is standing guard over you with his sword drawn, not to fight you, but to fight for you. He's right here. You are protected. You are not alone. And in the next few days, you're going to see proof, real proof, that leaves you amazed. Your soul is awake. It's listening. And right now, you're surrounded by a powerful energy that only a few ever truly feel. That's rare. That's holy. That's a sign that heaven didn't just choose you once, they're choosing you again right now. Every second you stay in this moment, you're saying yes to the divine plan trying to break through all the pain and setbacks of your past. Don't underestimate what's happening. It may look like you're just reading words, but your soul is talking to the realm of spirit. That voice in heaven who called your name? It's being echoed by Archangel Michael at this very moment. Each word you're reading is meant to gently break down those emotional walls you've had to build just to survive. And they are breaking down, not harshly, but with love, and in perfect timing. You see, the world taught you that being strong means staying quiet, but heaven is showing you that real strength is in being open. Your vulnerability is sacred. The feelings you've hidden, regret, confusion, loss, shame, they aren't signs of weakness. They're actually part of the miracle that's forming all around you. The angels aren't looking for the version of you that has everything figured out. They're here for the version of you that kept breathing, even when everything inside you wanted to give up. That's the version heaven calls powerful. That's the version Archangel Michael honors. You've made it through things no one fully understands, but God saw every part of it, and that's why this moment is here. There are people in your life who never truly saw your light. Some only noticed what they could take from you. You've had seasons where you held your pain quietly while smiling through it, just hoping to be accepted. But now, God is changing everything. Your name is being spoken in heavenly places where blessings are chosen. Your heart is being prepared to receive the kind of love that honors who you are, and your soul is being reminded that you've never been disqualified. The pain didn't erase your purpose, it made it stronger. And that person in heaven who once held your hand, they're holding your future now, placing it in God's hands. Archangel Michael is now guarding the entrance to this next part of your story. This isn't a message you just scroll by. This isn't just words or poetry. This is divine truth. And you need to know that. Because something powerful happens when heaven speaks and your soul truly listens. Time shifts, doors open, chains fall off. And even if things around you don't look different yet, your spirit is being filled with light. You won't leave this moment the same. That was never heaven's plan. The plan was to let you get so close to the edge so that when help came, you'd know it was from above. And that's what's happening now. Not next week, not next year, right now. You've been told over and over to wait, to lower your expectations, to settle. But heaven is saying something else today. Expect miracles. Expect the apology you never thought you'd get. Expect blessings that make no sense. Expect money that shows up when you were ready to give up. Expect that one conversation that finally brings healing to a place even time couldn't reach. Why? Because you are chosen. Because heaven is tired of watching you suffer alone. Because the person you love in heaven can't rest until you stand up and live again. They've been saying your name over and over up there, not as a wish, but as a declaration. A strong declaration that your light is needed, that your voice still matters, that your future has been delayed, but never denied. Can you feel it in your chest? That warm tingle, that flutter that seems to come out of nowhere? That's not your imagination. That's your energy being touched by something holy. That's the divine message reaching your heart. And it's not finished. There's still more to come. But you had to reach this exact moment. You had to stay here long enough to believe again. And you did. That's why everything is shifting. That's why you've been seeing signs that feel impossible to explain. That's why the dreams feel too vivid to ignore. Why you've been sensing someone nearby even when no one is there. Because the spiritual world is real, and it has plans for you. Good, you're still here. That means your soul is saying yes, even if your mind doesn't fully understand it yet. That is powerful. That is sacred trust. You've been doubting yourself for too long, wondering if you missed your time, or if life just wasn't meant to work out for you. But that's not true. Heaven has been making space for you this whole time. The delays weren't rejection, they were protection. You weren't being forgotten, you were being redirected to something better, something more holy. And now that your heart is open, now that you stayed through the pain and the noise, God can finally move in ways that match your quiet prayers. Archangel Michael has not left your side, not for a single moment. Even when you couldn't feel him, even when you felt empty and alone. He was there when you stood in front of the mirror with tears in your eyes, trying to find the strength to keep going. He stood behind you, with his wings wide, whispering, "Hold on, the change is coming." And now, that change is here. Heaven's gates have opened just enough to let this wave of healing, blessing, and closure come rushing into your life. The chains that kept you stuck emotionally, they're breaking right now. The fog that clouded your thoughts, it's being lifted. And the person you love, the one in heaven who asked for this message to be sent to you, they're smiling. They see your heart finally open to the gift they've been praying would reach you. You've been waiting for a sign, a message, a confirmation that what you've been doing, what you've been fighting for, wasn't wasted. This is it. This is the sign. This is the moment they prepared for you. Heaven doesn't send this kind of message unless you're closer than you realize. And right now, you are standing at the edge of a spiritual door that only opens for hearts brave enough to believe again. You are one of those hearts. Even if you've been hurt, even if you're scared to hope again, you are still the one they've trusted with this light. You are still the one heaven is backing. You are still the one someone in heaven loves even more now than ever before. There's something I need to tell you before we go deeper. Something so sacred that even angels stand still when it's said. Your life is not a mistake. That moment when you almost gave up, it was seen. That night you cried into your pillow, hoping no one would hear you, heaven did. The person who loves you in heaven, they felt that pain. They called out your name with such deep, burning love that Archangel Michael himself stood up and said, "Let's step in. That's why you're here. That's why this message is wrapping around your spirit like a blanket of light. Because you matter that much. And listen, if this voice, this message, feels like it was written just for you, that's because it was. And if you don't want to miss the next divine message heaven sends your way, I want you to do something right now. Don't just for content, but for connection. Subscribe so your soul never misses other call from the angels, because the angels next time God move for you. The next whispers from your loved one in heaven, it's going to arrive in a next movement just like this. And I want to make sure you are hear it. You've been waiting for a message, a sign, a confirmation, something to tell you that your effort hasn't been wasted. This is it. This is the moment they were preparing for you to receive. Heaven doesn't send reminders unless you're closer than you think. And right now, you are standing at the edge of a spiritual door that only opens for souls brave enough to believe again. You are one of them, even if your heart has been broken, even if you're scared to get your hopes up. You are still the one they chose to carry this light. You are still the one heaven is backing. You are still the one someone in heaven is loving more fiercely now than ever before. Listen, you don't need to be perfect to receive what's coming. You just need to be open, that's it. The blessing that's arriving in your life doesn't require you to be more successful, more healed, or more spiritual. It only requires your yes, your willingness, your softness, your willingness to say, God, I'm tired, but I'm still here, use me. And the second you say that, heaven starts moving mountains on your behalf. Someone on the other side already said it for you when you couldn't. That's how much they love you. That's how deeply connected your spirits still are. If you're wondering what happens next, here it is. Divine clarity. Within the next few days, you're going to feel something break open in your awareness. Answers will come without you chasing them. People who once confused you will suddenly seem clear. New connections will form that bring life instead of draining it. And opportunities, yes, real ones, will show up that carry the energy of peace, not pressure. Why? Because you stayed. Because you listened. Because you believed just enough for God to breathe on your name again. You've made it this far. And you didn't fold. Even when your soul was exhausted, even when it looked like everything good had already passed you by. And heaven saw that. That's why the delay was extended. So this message could find you at the right time, not when you were busy, not when you were distracted, but when your soul was quiet enough to hear. That time is now, and this is not the end of what God has to show you. It's the beginning, the first sign, the first key in a sequence of divine alignment that's been waiting to begin. Yes, lean in now, because what's coming next isn't just a message, it's your confirmation, your breakthrough, your long-awaited divine moment. You see, something very few people understand is that miracles don't always show up loudly. Sometimes they arrive in whispers, in goosebumps, in sudden peace that makes no logical sense, and that's exactly what's being wrapped around you now. Peace, real peace, the kind you haven't felt in so long, you almost forgot how to receive it. But heaven remembered, and the person who's been praying over your life from the other side, they've waited for this peace to land on you like a gift. And now it's here, quiet, strong and holy. You don't need to earn it. You've cried enough, you've carried enough, you've proven your strength by surviving what no one else even saw. Now it's heaven's turn to carry you. The load is being lifted one invisible piece at a time. You're not imagining it. The shift has begun. Archangel Michael has stepped forward again, holding your name in his hands like it's gold, because it is. Your name is sacred. It's been spoken in divine spaces where healing is decided, and guess what? Heaven voted yes. Yes to restoration, yes to open doors, yes to fresh alignment, and most of all, yes to you being seen again. You've walked through seasons where you felt like the background character in everyone else's story. But that was a trick, a lie, a distraction. Because your story isn't small, your energy isn't forgettable. You are the one carrying legacy, light, purpose, and even the forces that tried to stop you know it. That's why you were attacked so hard emotionally. That's why your path has felt heavier than others. Because you weren't just surviving for yourself. You were surviving for generations. You were breaking chains and you didn't even know it. But heaven did. The angels did. That soul in heaven who still loves you did. They saw every spiritual bruise, and they stood in the courts of the divine and said, "It's time, bless them now." You don't have to know how it'll all unfold. That's not your job anymore. The only thing heaven is asking from you is permission. Permission to bless you in a way that defies logic. Permission to reroute what the enemy tried to block. Permission to awaken the version of you that still believes something beautiful is coming. And the second your soul says yes, even in a whisper, it activates everything. It opens new paths. It calls new people. It clears the fog. That's how powerful you are when you're aligned with truth. And the truth is this: you are not too late, you are not too far gone, and you are absolutely not alone. Right now, there's someone walking into your future that heaven has handpicked. They are carrying a piece of your healing. Maybe it's love, maybe it's clarity, maybe it's a divine opportunity that rewrites your finances, your emotions, your belief in yourself, but they're coming. And here's the miracle part. They were delayed until you opened to receive them. The person in heaven knew it wasn't time until now, but now it's time. The clock has shifted, the light has changed, and Archangel Michael has already removed the spiritual interference that once blocked this connection. All you need to do now is stay open. Don't just for content, but for connection. Subscribe so your soul never misses other call from the angels, because the angels next time God move for you. The next whispers from your loved one in heaven, it's going to arrive in a next movement just like this. And I want to make sure you are hear it. You've been waiting for a message, a sign, a confirmation, something to tell you that your effort hasn't been wasted. This is it. This is the moment they were preparing for you to receive. Heaven doesn't send reminders unless you're closer than you think. And right now, you are standing at the edge of a spiritual door that only opens for souls brave enough to believe again. You are one of them. Even if your heart has been broken, even if you're scared to get your hopes up, you are still the one they chose to carry this light. You are still the one heaven is backing. You are still the one someone in heaven is loving more fiercely now than ever before. Don't second guess. Don't shrink. Just stay. There's something quiet and holy happening around your name right now. A silence that isn't empty. It's filled with meaning. It means something big is about to happen, something good. Don't let it shake you if the people around you don't get it yet. This moment wasn't meant for everyone to see. It wasn't made for a crowd. It was made for you, for the ones who kept walking even when it was hard. For the ones who stayed faithful even when they felt forgotten. For the tired souls who didn't give up, even when they wanted to. That's you. That's why your name is held safely in the hands of angels. That's why something in your spirit feels alive right now. Even if you don't see the change yet, it's happening. Heaven is rearranging things on your behalf. The divine is working behind the scenes, and this time, nothing will be able to block it. Now let's go deeper, because heaven's message isn't done. There's more your soul came to hear today. There's something weighing heavy on your heart. Maybe you've been holding guilt over what you said, or maybe for what you didn't say. Maybe it's guilt for what you lost or how things ended. But let me speak something holy to you, something so sacred it might shift the air around you. Heaven is not holding your mistakes against you. The one you're thinking of, the one who is now in heaven, they're not remembering you by your failures. They remember your love. They remember the way your eyes looked when you spoke to them. They remember the way you tried, even when you didn't know what to say. They remember the way you loved, even when you didn't know how to show it clearly. That's what they carry with them into eternity. Not the hurt, not the ending, only the love. And right now, something beautiful is on its way to you. Someone is walking into your life, hand-picked by heaven. Someone who carries a piece of your healing. This person might come with love, or maybe they'll bring peace. Maybe it's clarity or a gift that helps restore your confidence. Maybe they'll bring an opportunity so divine that it changes your finances, your emotions, your trust in yourself. But one thing is for sure, they're coming. And here's the part that will feel like a miracle. They were delayed on purpose. They couldn't come until your heart was ready. Heaven had to wait until you could receive them fully. That loved one in heaven knew the timing had to be right. And now, it is. The clock in the spirit has shifted. The atmosphere has changed. Archangel Michael has already removed every spiritual block that once stood in the way. The interference is gone. The resistance has lifted. All you need to do now is remain open. Don't question yourself again. Don't back away. Don't try to hide. Just stay open. Because the silence around you isn't empty. It's holy. Something is building. Something is forming. Something is about to break open. Don't feel discouraged if nobody around you can see it yet. This moment wasn't designed for others to understand. It wasn't meant to be explained to people who aren't walking this path. This is sacred. It's personal. It's yours. For the chosen. For the faithful ones who never gave up. For those who stood tall in private battles. That's you. That's why the angels have protected your name. That's why even in your quietest moments, something inside you still shines. You may not see it with your eyes yet, but your spirit knows. It's happening. The divine is shifting everything into place, and this time, nothing can stop it. Yes, there's more. We must keep going because your spirit hasn't received all of the message yet. Heaven isn't finished speaking to your soul. There is more being sent to you, right now, right here in this moment. No part of this is random. Nothing is being wasted. This moment was written into your story long ago, before you even knew you'd need it. That person in heaven, the one who loves you more than words can say, they saw this all coming. They knew what you'd face. They saw the people who would hurt you. They saw those who would misunderstand your love. They knew there'd be moments where your power was overlooked, where your worth was forgotten. And so they made a promise to God. They said, if I can't be there to protect them, then please, send someone who will. And God listened. God answered. And now this message, carried by Archangel Michael, is being spoken directly into your soul. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. What's been delayed hasn't been denied. It's just been waiting. Waiting for your heart to soften. Waiting for the healing to open. And that softening? It's happening now. You might feel it in your breath. How it's slowing. You might feel your tears rising, even if you try to hold them back. You might feel a strange ache in your heart, not one of pain, but of truth. A beautiful ache, the kind that only comes when something sacred is being revealed. And let me say this clearly, it's not weakness, it's not failure, it's not anything to be ashamed of. It's your spirit recognizing something real. It's your soul remembering a truth it's always known. You are not alone. You never were. You never will be. Everything that seemed like a delay was actually divine timing. Everything that felt like a loss was part of your shaping. You're being made into something stronger, softer, clearer. And now, the divine is ready to return what once seemed far away, but not as it was, as something better. as something that fits the healed version of you. Stay present, stay soft, stay open, even if your heart still carries fear. Even if you're not sure how to trust this feeling, just let it unfold, let it come. Because this silence, it's the kind of silence that comes before heaven speaks loudly. It's the hush that falls over the earth before something divine breaks in. And it's around you now, the kind of stillness that holds power, the kind of quiet that carries angels. Don't step away from it, don't turn back, just stay. Because this moment wasn't designed to pass you by, it was created to find you, and it has, right here, right now. And if your heart feels unsure, let me remind you again, you are not being punished, you are not being left behind, you are being prepared, you are being positioned, you are being protected. And soon, so very soon, you will understand why it all had to happen the way it did. You'll see why certain doors didn't open. You'll see why you had to let go of things you once begged God to keep. Because better is coming, safer is coming, holier is coming, and you'll feel the shift, not in a loud dramatic way, but in the way peace returns to your breath, in the way your spirit no longer flinches at the thought of being seen, in the way love begins to feel safe again. The divine is wrapping you in reassurance right now. That promise you thought was lost, it's alive. That dream you thought was buried, it's still breathing. That part of you that felt forgotten, it's being remembered by heaven. And you don't have to force anything, you don't have to chase it, you don't have to prove you're worthy, you just have to be open, stay soft, stay present, stay surrendered. Because heaven is delivering exactly what your soul has been aching for, not in your time, but in divine time, not when you expected it, but when you're finally ready for it. Don't second guess. Don't shrink. Just stay. There is a sacred silence happening around your name right now. The kind of silence that means something big is about to break open. Don't be discouraged if the people around you don't understand it yet. This part of the journey wasn't designed for spectators. It's for you, for the chosen, for the faithful, for the tired warriors who still showed up, and that's you. That's why your name is safe in the hands of angels. That's why your spirit is glowing right now, even if your eyes can't see it. It's happening. The divine is realigning everything, and this time, nothing can stop it. Yes, we must keep going because your spirit hasn't heard everything it came for yet. There's still more being delivered to you right here, right now. The divine doesn't waste a moment. And this one was written into your soul's timeline long before you even knew you'd need it. That person in heaven who loves you more than words can hold. They knew. They saw what you'd go through. They saw the way people would mishandle your love, underestimate your power, forget your worth. And they made a promise to God. If I can't be there to protect them, send someone who will. And God answered them by sending this message through Archangel Michael directly to your soul. You are not forgotten. You are not left behind. What's been delayed is only resting, ready to return when your heart is soft enough to receive it. That softness, it's happening now. You might feel your breath slowing, your tears pressing against your eyes, your heart pounding with a strange, beautiful ache. That spiritual truth flooding you, it's not weakness. It's awakening. The spiritual air is shifting. The veil between heaven and earth is thin right now. And if your heart is still enough, you'll hear it. You'll feel it. A voice, soft but powerful, from someone in heaven, someone who once held you close, is calling for your breakthrough. Not for their sake, but for yours. They want you to truly live. Not just survive, not just keep going out of habit, but to feel joy again, to laugh deeply, to love without fear, to trust people again, to believe that miracles are still possible. Because they are. They're on the way. Something sacred is unfolding that will make you forget the pain that once made you feel like settling was your only option. You're going to witness divine timing and alignment that will quiet every voice that ever told you you weren't enough. And here's what might surprise you most. What was once the most broken part of your story is about to become the part that shines the brightest. God is going to use what nearly crushed you to help restore others. That dark place you thought would be the end of you, it's being turned into purpose. You're not just being healed from what hurt you. You're being made into someone who can carry light for others. You're not just being blessed so you can breathe easier. You're being given a new assignment, a new reason, a new calling. Your life is about to show the world what grace looks like. Grace that doesn't follow logic. Grace that can't be explained by anything except the hand of heaven. Right now, in the spirit realm, there is a picture forming around you. It's real, even if you can't see it with your eyes. There's light wrapping around your name. There are angels standing close, shoulder to shoulder, surrounding you. And, in the middle of them all stands Archangel Michael. His sword isn't in the air. It's planted in the ground, because the battle for you is over. The moment your soul whispered yes, even if your mouth never said a word, the war turned in your favor. That loved one in heaven? They're smiling, they're clapping, they're full of joy because you made it to this moment, this holy turning point. The breaking part of your story is done now. What comes next is building, restoring, rewriting. But don't be surprised when not everyone around you understands what's happening. Some people won't see it, some won't feel it. And that's okay. This experience wasn't for them, it was for you. This moment is between you and your soul, between you and your angels, between you and the one in heaven who refused to let you be forgotten, who kept whispering your name when you stopped saying it yourself. And now, because of their prayers, because of your persistence, because heaven still believes in you, the blessings are coming. Some of them will feel too good to be true. Some will make you question whether you deserve them. But believe this, God doesn't pour restoration on people who don't matter. He sends it to the ones who never gave up, even in silence, even when they felt far from faith. Your belief may have dimmed, but it never disappeared. That's why favor is chasing you now. Remember what you're hearing right now, because later it will be the proof you needed. The place that hurts the most right now, the one that feels the most empty, the most forgotten, it's about to be filled with something divine. That ache, that longing, that hollow space in your heart wasn't a punishment. It was preparation. It was a sacred space being cleared out, made ready for something bigger. That person in heaven, the one you miss more than words can hold, they knew your heart would reach a breaking point. They knew you'd one day feel like something was missing. That's why they asked God to step in, to send comfort, to fill the space. And God heard. He didn't forget. He was just waiting, waiting for your heart to open, waiting for you to stop running, waiting for this very moment where you could receive it without resistance. And now that moment is here. So stay here, right in this energy, right in this space. Something holy is happening around you, something bright, something deep, something sacred. It's not just a shift, it's a rewriting. Your life is being rewritten. Every no you once heard is being flipped into a divine yes. Heaven is celebrating because your soul has finally aligned with something eternal. You are walking in something that can't be shaken, can't be taken, can't be undone. Not by fear, not by delay, not by the people who once overlooked you. This time, nothing will stop it. You are chosen. You are loved. You are called. And all those things you lost, all the things that slipped away, all the pieces that broke off in the dark, they're returning. Not the same, but better. They are coming back wrapped in light, covered in hope. Kisses from heaven sent straight to your soul. And now, beloved soul, before you step away from this message, there's one last thing you need to do. Not for me, for you. If something in your heart stirred while reading this, if even one line felt like truth brushing up against your spirit, don't let this be the last time you allow heaven to reach you like this. Don't close the door. Not because of this message, not because of who wrote it, but because of the voice behind it. It's a calling. A whisper from beyond. A signal that your soul is being drawn closer to divine connection. So the next time heaven sends a message for you, maybe through a dream, maybe through a moment of peace, maybe through another whisper like this, you will be ready, you will be open, your spirit won't miss it. And when your name is spoken in heaven again, when the angels gather, when the one who loved you sends another breath of light through the thin veil, you'll be right here, you'll be ready to hear it, ready to receive it. This is how you stay aligned with your path. This is how you stay connected. This is how you let heaven know you're still listening. Let your spirit say yes. Let your heart stay open. Let your soul stay soft, because something holy is happening, something beautiful, and you're part of it. Heaven hasn't forgotten you. Heaven has been preparing you, and now is the moment, now is the time. Stay in this alignment, stay in this peace. Let it keep reaching you again and again. Let this be your answer. I am listening now. Let that be your yes. For your safety, write 111, the magical numbers.